Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your fourth installment of the Teep Talk Show. I'm your host, Wes.
And I am your co-host, Russ.
And today we're going to be going over our bets for this weekend's fight night with Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. Now, last week I predicted Randy Brown to get a knockout.
I did too.
And he did. We did. We predicted the knockout.
We did.
As a team, we predicted this. And turns out it was the first time that the person he knocked out had been knocked out or had been finished in, 30 fights? Yeah. So, very proud of that. Means we're off to a good start.
Yes.
Now, down to business. You know, sometimes it seems as though the UFC can be just as rigged as the WWE, when in all actuality it isn't. But it also is at the same time. They don't rig the fights, they rig our minds. And we have to see through the nonsense that is gambling so that we can further ourselves financially and have fun while we're doing it. And that's what we're here to help you with. Now, our first thing on the card, on my parlay that I came up with by myself, without the help of someone. No, I'm kidding. I only have three to win them all. 3 for glory. And the first one is Miesha Tate versus Yana Santos. Miesha Tate is 38 years old, and she's coming back after a 2-year.
She last fight was in 2023, so yes, 2 years.
2-year hiatus.
Former bantamweight champion, by the way.
Bantamweight champion against Yamas Santos.
Yana.
Yeah, Yana Santos. Take this pen out of here so it's not blocking my view. Now, I am taking Miesha Tate on the money line. Why? Miesha Tate is a whole lot more experienced, although she is older. She knows a lot more stuff. So that's just my thoughts. I think Miesha Tate's going to get it. What do you think?
Oh, I perfectly agree.
Yep.
I'm going with Miesha Tate too.
Do we have any good reasoning?
I just feel that after a long run, she's probably been training really hard to make a comeback, and she's not coming back to lose.
She's not going to come back to lose. Very rarely do they come back intending to lose. Sometimes they do. John Jones never did.
Mm-hmm.
John Jones never came back wanting to lose. Now, that on the money line, do you know the odds to that? What are the odds?
The odds?
Yeah, I didn't write the odds down.
Oh, well, Yana's got a plus 120, and Miesha's got a minus 142.
There you go, minus 142. We're screwing the books here. Now, the second fight on my parlay, and this is one of them that I really wanted to stay away from, because realistically, when you really get down to it, the ones at the top of the card are the ones that are going to screw you the hardest. Always. That's how it always ends up for me, and I try to stay away from them, but they're so enticing. Rainer de Reindeer versus Bo Nickel. Now, Bo Nickel is thought of to be one of Donald Trump's favorite UFC fighters.
7-0.
We have Donald Trump on our side with this one. The President of the United States. One of the greatest presidents to ever live. I digress. Bo Nickel against Rainer de Reindeer. Now, some people say that Rainer de Ritter is another smaller version of Dricus du Plessis, and that he's very difficult to beat. He has a record of, 19-2.
Yeah.
Lots more experience in the UFC than Bo Nickel, with a record of 7-0. Now,
that's a big record gap.
Big record gap. Now, the question to be asked here is Bo's O time to? Is it time for Bo's O to go?
I don't think so.
Now, I know you're thinking, oh, well, I want Bo Nickel to win. I'm betting Bo Nickel. Or I want Rainer de Reindeer to win. I'm taking Rainer to Reindeer. I'm taking neither. I think that the fight will go the distance. You got wrestling against jiu-jitsu. It's going the distance, and it's going to last all 3 rounds. If it was a 5-rounder, maybe it would be a little bit different. But a 3-round fight, it's going the distance. Yep. Fight to go the distance is plus 145, I believe. And
Who's winning?
it doesn't matter who's winning.
You're just picking whoever wins.
Whoever I pick to win is going to lose. Yeah, so I'm picking the fight to go
Less
the distance.
confidence as he has.
Yes,
Here.
I have no confidence in this fight at
But he
all.
chose Randy Brown and he won it. So I don't know why he doesn't have the confidence.
But if you're going to choose one, pick Bo Nickel. I think Bo Nickel might have it, or choose Rainer de Reeder, because I don't know either one. I know that the fight's going to go the distance. That's what's going to happen. Yep. Now, Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. The biggest odds gap in the dadgum place here. Obviously, Corey Sandhagen to knock you up $5 more in the parlay. $10 with all 3. Sandhagen on the money line, excuse me. So, Misha Tate money line. De Ritter and Nickel to go the distance. And Corey Sandhagen money line. All 3 of those bets put into a $10 parlay will get you $49.58 on DraftKings. DraftKings, where the crown is yours. We're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored.
But we're going to say that until they do.
But we're going to keep saying
somehow
it.
sponsor us.
They will. Because we're kings.
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
We consider ourselves kings. DraftKings should sponsor us as kings.
Exactly.
That's how it should be.
Yes. Please, DraftKings. We're begging you. Sponsor us. We want $9 per video.
No begging.
Because we're kings.
We ask
and the crown is ours. Yep, you got a point.
We ask of you to help us with our parlays.
What is your thoughts, Russell? I've given my 2 cents, and I now want your dollar.
On your picks or mine?
What is your picks? What is your... He has a big, juicy parlay.
Yes, I'd go with the...
Mine was the potatoes. And his is the steak.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If we had to go a fish route,
yeah,
he's catching what? He might be catching a catfish. I'm catching the big ass tuna.
I'd rather have catfish than tuna any day.
Yeah, but tuna's like this big. Catfish is like
catfish tastes better.
It does. Shit, it's been a while since I've had catfish.
You ever go fishing and catch a little bitty fish so you poke up?
I'm catching the sharks.
Catch it again?
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, actually. No, wait, what? Hey, hold on.
You ever go fishing? And you catch a little bitty fish, you just poke one of his eyeballs out.
No, I don't do that.
Back and see if you can catch it again.
But I'm
My
gonna tell
brother
you,
did that one time, and I kid you not, he caught it twice. He caught the same fish.
I'm catching the sharks. He's over here catching these fish. But I'm gonna tell you mine real quick. I got it on my phone here, so see a little bright light on my face right there. So earlier we said Misha Tate, right? That's who I'm going with. She is former bantamweight champion, 20-9. She won her last fight on round 3 submission. And in 2022, a year before, she lost.
22 was a good year.
To a round 3 unanimous decision. 4 knockouts and 8 submissions is what she's got.
God.
Right? We'll go with Yana real quick just to say that she's 15-8. Won her last fight against a person named Chandler. Round 3 unanimous decision. Lost round 3 to decision. 7 knockouts, 1 submission, and 7 first-round finishes. So it's pretty big, but I'm still going to go with Misha Tate. Next match, Jeremy Stephens, Mason Jones. I'm going with Mason Jones. 11-2. He did lose his last fight by just unanimous decision, 3-round. And he won his fight before that unanimous decision against Onama.
Oh.
Yes. 4 knockouts, 3 subs, and 4 first-round finishes is what this guy has right now. Jeremy Stephens is a little bit older guy, 28-19 is his record. He lost his last 2 fights. That's probably why he's a plus 425, which we're going to get to that in a second after all this. But he lost to a submission in round 1, and he lost in round 2 by knockout TKO.
To who?
Round 1 and 2. 2 guys I do not know.
So
But in
some
the end of
no-namers.
so you know what's probably going to happen? Maybe round 3 he's going to get knocked out or something.
He's already been whacked in the head with a tomato can.
But 19 knockouts, 2 subs, 7 wins by decision is his little statistic there. But I'm going with Mason Jones. Next on our list here, Cameron and Sadif, saying his last name.
Sadif.
Yeah, Sadif.
I don't really know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's whatever.
This is America.
But I'm going with Cameron. Cameron's 12-4, won his last fight, and didn't really say much, apparently. By the way, I'm getting all my results off UFC.com. We're not sponsored by that either. 6 knockouts, 1
Dana
sub.
White, it's your chance.
6 knockouts.
Sponsors the best UFC podcast in the
1
world.
sub. That's right. 1 sub and 2 first-round finishes. Sidif is 11-2. He won his last fight, round 3 split decision, and he lost to a round 3 split decision. 7 knockouts, 1 sub, 4 first-round finishes. So, fireworks there is. We're going with Cameron. Next one here is a very interesting one. This is very interesting. Montel Jackson's 14-2. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you who I'm going to pick in a second. But he's 14-2. He won his last 2 fights by round 1 knockout. And, both by round 1 knockout. That's why he's favorited. He is favorited over this next guy. He's got a 5-fight win streak, 8 knockouts, and 7 first-round finishes. The guy he's facing is 17-0, Daniel Marcus. Undefeated. Now, he's not favorited. He's a plus 170, and Montel is a minus 205. He won his last 2 fights by a split decision and unanimous decision. 8 knockouts, 3 first-round finishes. That's this guy. Now,
the 17-0 guy.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. Maybe Montel is favorited because those first-round knockouts is on a roll. But I'm going to go with the undefeated guy. And it's not because he's undefeated. It's just, I just got a feeling for this one. I could be wrong, but this is my feeling. It could be your feelings.
Feelings are meaningless.
We're talking about a different feeling.
We're here to hurt them.
And by the way, just so I go over this real quick, just before I forget, Mason is minus 575, Jeremy's plus 425, and Sidif is minus 142, and Cameron's plus 120. Forgot to mention that, just so you guys are aware. And Daniel's plus 170, and Montel is minus 205. So we know that. Got these on my notes, and my notes are a little messed up here, but next fight, Santiago versus Daniel Rodriguez. I'm picking Santiago. 31-8, right? Had a lot of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Won his last fight by knockout round 3, and he lost round 3 by split decision. 17 knockouts, 6 subs, and 14 first-round finishes. 14.
Ooh.
14!
That's half of his fights down here.
Daniel, though, is 18-5. Won his last fight, round 3 split decision. And then he lost 1 fight unanimous decision against Kelvin Gastelum. And you guys will know who that is. One of the Ultimate Fighter winners. Really, really good, too.
I don't know who that is, but you do.
He don't, because you know why? Because we mentioned this on one of the podcasts.
He's got every season on DVD of the Ultimate Fighter.
8 knockouts, 4 subs, 5 first-round finishes, this guy. Daniel is a plus 102, and Santiago is a minus 122. I am picking Santiago. That is my pick. Next one, the co-main event. Bo Nickel and Reindeer. That's right. Reindeer.
It's
Christmas. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Will Christmas come to us?
Yeah.
Saturday?
Now, he mentioned it earlier. He's 19-2, and Bo Nickel 7-0. All right. Now, Bo Nickel won his last 2 fights, unanimous decision and a round 2 submission. 2 knockouts, 4 submissions, 5 first-round finishes. Okay. Reindeer won his last 2 fights, round 1 submission and round 3 submissions. Oh, yeah. So he's going to try to get Bo Nickel to submission, for sure. 4 knockouts. Now, this is where it gets a little freaky. But he's had 13 submissions and 11 first-round finishes. 13 submissions. So, Bo Nickel, if you watch this, be careful.
Bo Nickel's not watching this.
You don't know who's watching this. How dare you insult those people? What if Chael Sonnen's watching this right now? And you just insulted him by saying, "Oh, well, you don't watch
Chael
this."
Sonnen, if you're watching this right now, shut up about John Jones and Tom Aspinall. It's probably
Rain-
not happening. Quit getting our hopes up. I don't like it.
I want it to happen.
I want it to happen too.
Reindeer is plus 260 and Bo is minus 325. Okay. To our main event. Corey.
Sandhagen.
And what's the other guy? Davidson. What's that?
Davidson. Figueiredo.
Corey is 17-5. He lost unanimous decision, and he won by unanimous decision. 7 knockouts, 3 subs, 6 first-round finishes. Fireworks for that. Davidson is 24-4-1. So 1 draw. He lost a unanimous decision and won unanimous decision. 9 knockouts, 9 subs, 11 first-round finishes. Corey is a minus 500. That's a big number. And Davidson is plus 380. I am going with not only Bo, but I am also going with Corey, just in case I didn't mention that. That's who I'm going with. Now, just to get to this real quick, if you pick all of them as your parlay of my picks, you don't have to pick them, but if you pick them, $10 will get you $338. That is how much it'll get you. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there just in case people want to put it on there. If you put $10 on Jeremy Stevens and Davidson, which are the plus 400s or the 300s, and you just pick them two, you will get $262.50 on DraftKings.
Now, is yours?
Now, I'm going to put this on here. Take all of my picks and pick those, but change the one to Jeremy Stevens and then change the one to Davidson. Right? That's big odds. $6,387. If they all win. Now, of course, Jeremy Stevens and the other guy are unlikely to win. But if you put them two in there and you pick all the other picks, that's $6,387.95 for $10. So just imagine. Now, I'm going to go into this real quick because this is going to be a thing now because he approved it. I am now doing UFC 5 game results. That's right.
I had to approve it because I'm the leader here.
No.
But he's the brains.
That's right.
So we complete each
other. So UFC 5, I decided to take Corey and Davidson and put them up against each other in a 5-round main event fight. Obviously, you got to put it on the hardest difficulty, the simulation, competitive, all that stuff to make sure. So these are the results of the UFC game if you want to go by just the game. Sandhagen. Corey won in round 5, 2 minutes and 38 seconds, knockout with a front kick to the face. And he was swelled up too in the game. Like the doctor checked it too in the game. That's pretty cool.
They have a doctor in the game?
That's right. They check it. They can do a doctor stoppage. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. UFC 5.
I'm too poor for
that.
But
now Corey won his first fight, the round 5, right? Now, what do you have to do? You have to play him again, right? You have to get a second one just to see if the other guy wins. See, I'm already mixing up my words because I'm telling you this.
Too excited.
But Corey won again. Yep. He won by knockout with a spinning back kick to the ribs in round 5. Again, round 5. That specific number, round 5 at 4 minutes and 36 seconds. So if you would like to go with that as a parlay, you can either just pick Corey's going to win off of that or pick it, round 5 knockout. That is all that I have for my picks. $262.50 for $10 with just Jeremy and Davidson. All my picks that I said before, $338. And then if you want to change up just to Jeremy and Davidson to put them in all the parlays, $6,387.95.
And ladies and gentlemen, another thing, just to go back to mine, a safer bet, $10 get you $49.58. Misha Tate money line, Bo Nickel Rainer to Raider fight to go to distance, and Corey Sandhagen money line on DraftKings. $10 will get you $49.58. That's the safer one with more odds of it hitting.
Yes,
in my humble opinion.
If you want to pay for your dinner,
now just a heads up. I like to put a good disclaimer out here. Gambling can become a life-crushing addiction,
Yes.
or it can become financial freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And that is up to the gambler. Your financial decisions are not our responsibility.
Nope.
Your entertainment is.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
No. But,
Oh.
hold on a second
Oh.
now.
Hey.
Hold on, because he forgot, because that's why I'm the brains here.
Oh,
So here's the thing. In one of the last videos, I was going to go over some game results because we were talking about Cosmo. He said Cosmo would destroy Sean.
Come on.
Yeah, would destroy Sean Strickland. But the game, like, the only sad part is I couldn't get the results I really wanted. But this is what I decided to do. When Duplessis got injured, supposedly, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out. Yes, I was trying to figure out who would he go up against. So the number 2 ranking in the UFC is Sean Strickland, and the number 1 is Sandhagen. Right, those are the rankings right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I took Sandhagen versus Strickland. Right, I just wanted to see in the game who would win. Sean Strickland beat him by knockout TKO in round 3, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Right. So now I was like, okay, well, how would Sandhagen do against Cosmo? Like, if them two were to face for the interim title, right? Cosmo won by submission in round 1. That quick, right? So then I decided, how about we put Strickland up against Cosmo, right? Because, that could be a potential fight just in case Duplessis was out. And Cosmo won. TKO. Round 5. Yep. Man, I also got the Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier one, believe it or not.
Who do you got there? Who won?
Well, with all of the results that I have from that, I had, if I can see it, because I'm going blind here.
We're old.
Yeah, we are pretty old.
We're 47 and 56.
But I think what I got here, and I'm going to have to get out of frame for a second here just so I can get this up here. Yeah, Dustin won. Well, actually, Max won the first one, and I think Dustin won the second one. Let's see. Yep. And I couldn't get the third one because I had to go to bed.
It's always been Max, though. Both times, right?
No, Dustin won in real life. Twice. Yes.
Dustin has won 2 times. Okay,
yeah. So that's why I'm picking Max, bro. That's common sense at that point. But those are all the game results, and those are all the actual results. You got the lower money line pick if you want to pay for your dinner and everything, or just have some extra money on there, for $50, $42. If you want the bigger picks, and then the ones that are very risky, go for it. You don't have to. Just like he was saying.
It's a Saturday.
You don't got to do it.
You take your girl out on a date and say, babe, let's go somewhere fancy.
Yeah.
She says, why the hell are we at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Why are we at a Texas Steakhouse or something?
We are out to eat some of the finest chicken strips in the world. And you won't appreciate that?
Yeah.
We got people beating the dog piss out of each other on TV, human cockfighting. Shut up and eat the nuggets.
Just eat them.
Don't look at it. Eat.
Just don't look at it.
All you can eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. Probably UFC on the TV. I got a bone to pick with Buffalo Wild Wings myself because they prioritize football, which is a fake sport, over the UFC, which is a real sport.
I stopped watching football a long time ago.
Football is rigged.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are
rigged. Yeah. Football's rigged. Basketball's rigged. LeBron James acts like a child. And the only real sport out there is the UFC, even though it's ran by those people that, run everything. And they're turning it into something that's rigged to a small degree.
Mm.
We've still got some hope.
Yeah.
There's still hope for the UFC.
And now, go ahead and do your thing.
Oh, yeah. We're done with the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. Send this video to your boss.
Oh.
Yeah, to your boss, let him know you will not be in work this Saturday because you have plans and a parlay.
That's right.
Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, I have started up a Twitter and
An Instagram.
Yep, and Instagram. So I'm going to put the link down below. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I don't mess with Twitter as much as Instagram, but I love Instagram. I love the memes. The memes that come from things
Follow us.
are what are most important in life. For the good and the bad, the memes are still amazing. Thank you, and God bless.